It's Sunday, 6:15 a.m. Mary Magdalene and two others are buying spices in order to finish the burial preparation for Jesus' body. Another earthquake has hit Jerusalem. The sun is rising in Jerusalem, and the women arrive at the tomb. The stone has been rolled away from the entrance. The women enter the tomb, and a young man is there, and he calmly says, "You're looking for Jesus. He's not here. He has risen. Go tell the others." The women look visibly upset. They have just found the 11 disciples and told them that Jesus is not in the tomb. The disciples do not believe them. Peter and John have just been seen running in the direction of the tomb. Peter and John enter the tomb. The only thing they see are strips of linen and burial cloth. They exit the tomb. Mary is back at the tomb for a second time. Two angels are in the tomb, and Mary starts weeping. "They have taken my Lord away. I don't know where they have put him." Still weeping inside the tomb, Mary sees someone else next to the angels. She asks him a question, and instead of answering, the man simply says, "Mary." Still in the tomb, Mary lifts her head. She wipes her face. The man in front of her comes into focus. She cannot believe what she's seen. Jesus. He is wounded, yes, but he is alive. Jesus, who was arrested, beaten, crucified, and buried, is now alive. He is alive. The tomb empty, death crushed, sins paid for. He is alive. He is alive. He is alive. Today we celebrate that he is alive, and this changes everything. We are no longer bound to a subhuman existence. His resurrection is our resurrection. Romans 6 says, "For if we have been united with him in a death like his, we will certainly also be united with him in his resurrection. For we know that our old self was crucified with him, so the body ruled by sin may be done away with, that we should no longer be slaves to sin. For anyone who has died has been set free from sin. In the same way, you should also consider yourselves dead to sin, but alive in Christ Jesus." Romans 6. This Resurrection Sunday morning, we celebrate that his crucifixion was our crucifixion. We celebrate that his resurrection is our resurrection. And today we are partakers in this new creation resurrection life. Today we have hope. In a time that's uncertain, in a time that we're living in right now, there's hope in Christ. And so this morning, as we celebrate Easter, let us put our hope in Jesus, knowing that he has defeated sin and death. Let us know what this means for us as believers, that we have a new identity. No longer are we sinners, but now we are sons and daughters. Let us rest in that identity of who he says that we are, who he claimed us to be in the death and resurrection of himself. And for those of you that are just not even sure about this whole Jesus thing, I just want to say there's good news. And the good news is this. The good news is that you were included on the cross. Whether you believe it or not right now, you were included in what Jesus did on the cross. And my prayer is this, is that there would be some kind of awakening begin to take place inside of you. That you would begin to trust the truth, the fact of what Jesus did on the cross actually is for you as well. There's this thing called unlimited atonement that we believe in, and we believe that Jesus atoned for all. But faith is a trust, is an awakening to that fact, to that truth. And so my prayer as you watch this video is that maybe there would be this stirring inside of you that maybe you've never had before, that you can trust the truth, that you can trust the fact that what Jesus did on the cross is for you as well. So my prayer is that there would just be this stirring, this awakening to the truth that you were included in this. And for those of us that are already believers in this, that we would understand the implications, the understanding of what this means, that no longer are we bound by sin, no longer is sin our master, but we have a master who defeated sin. And no longer do we have to live a life ruled by sin, but we actually have freedom from sin. We have freedom to live into this new Kainos creation, this new creation that we have in Christ Jesus. So I invite us two things this Easter morning. One, for us as believers to understand the fullness of our identity and to understand what actually accomplished on the cross and how it changed everything. And the second thing is this, is if you're watching this and you're not even sure that you believe in God and Jesus, but know this, that God's love for you is so radical. It's so amazing. And that what Jesus did on the cross included you. And I pray that there would be an awakening inside of you to the truth of who Jesus says that you are, his son, his daughter. And so may we take this day and we celebrate the resurrection. May we celebrate that the story's not over. Even right now in the midst of COVID-19, we realize that the story is not over. That God is working and moving even in the midst of this. That God has redeemed all things. And God is even going to redeem COVID-19, and he already is. So we put our faith and our hope and our trust in Jesus today. Man, I thank you guys. I love you guys. I pray that you have an incredible day with your family. And if we can serve you, if we can love you in any way, just reach out, let us know. Once again, we love you guys. Today, let us celebrate that Jesus is alive and that we have hope in him. Amen.